Spoo, thanks for coming through. Those numbers are important, Spoo, no question about it. Let's go through them before we talk about the big elephant. Just talk us through, when you speak of COVID impacts, how did that affect you? Because I thought, we guys were at home, you guys were getting demand for your services because we needed to work remotely.
Oh, thank you, Godfrey. We did come out in the market and did say that we did have challenges in our businesses, as every other business experienced a challenge during COVID. We found our hospitality business to have a challenge, in particular with the restrictions that were put in our markets that we service. But we've seen a good uptick. If you compare the periods, the period that we are comparing and the numbers that you're reporting are during lockdown, and we're comparing the period prior to lockdown, we're seeing that our revenues were flat. And that is a good achievement, considering that the whole country and the world was on lockdown.
Yeah. Would you say now that COVID-19 is out of the system in terms of its impact on your clients, and what kind of outlook are you looking at for 2021?
Well, we are pleased that we've weathered the COVID storm, and our services were still relevant for our clients. And given that we improved our profitability during this period, which was a combination of effective management, and we collected a lot of our debt that was out there with our customers to improve our cash generation by 93%. So the outlook going forward is AdaptIT is strengthening its balance sheet by ensuring that we continue to build our cash reserves, as we're ready for the next phase of our growth, which we will resume in the next financial year.
Absolutely. The next financial year, of course, may well be very different, given what we know has been in the market for a while now. That offer from Huge, I know you constrained a little bit in speaking about it, but I wanted your thoughts. You're the founder of AdaptIT, and honestly, I would hate it if this was the last time that I was interviewing you. But I just wanted general thoughts, if you like, without breaking any regulations of the JSE. What do you think about that offer?
Well, the offer is unsolicited, and therefore it is important to then evaluate what someone else sees in the AdaptIT business. And we are encouraged that whoever makes an offer for AdaptIT sees the same value that we have built over the last 15 years in the listed environment. So we're quite pleased that as we said, that there is a lot of value within AdaptIT, and this is just confirmation that other people other than ourselves can see value within AdaptIT.
When do we get management's view of the offer?
The management view of the offer will come through a circular, which we will issue to the market within 30 days after we've received a formal circular, because all of this has not been formalized by the offerer. So we're still waiting so that this is formalized through a circular to our shareholders, and then the independent board will make itself will avail the independent opinion, which will contain management's view.
And you, of course, are a shareholder, and you are in management. How do you see, though, someone making, as you said at the beginning, an unsolicited offer for your business? In part, you are saying it's affirmation, but at the same time as well, I'm sure you've got a long-term vision of where you want to take this business.
So, as you've seen with the performance that we've delivered as a business, is we have not been distracted by any offers. Our strategy remains what it is, to build a globally competitive software and services-led business that is deep in verticals that we have chosen for our business, and we continue in that path. So as management, we are certainly focused and continue to ensure that the fundamentals that we have within the business are in line with our growth strategy.
I've watched you grow, Sbu, and I'd hate for you to disappear. Just the view of a journalist with absolutely no connection or vested interest in this transaction. We saw GDP numbers today, Sbu, coming up, and I always like to try to make a connection between those numbers and the real economy. You operate in the real economy, and you operate in a sector where we know people have been talking about opportunity coming up, especially in the tech sector. Talk to me about how you view those numbers and where you see, in terms of your own business, potential areas of growth as we move forward.
Well, thank you. The released GDP numbers at 6.3%, they are quite welcome, given that all of us were quite worried by the previous quarter's numbers, which showed quite a contraction of the South African market. I guess this signals a recovery of the market, and as the market recovers, we believe that Adapt IT will also be positioned to grow as a business. So these numbers are very encouraging, and I guess they will be welcomed by the rest of South Africa.
Do you have any thoughts on the disrupted process for the auction of spectrum?
Thank you. I guess the auctioning of spectrum is important for the expansion of the telecom sector. The telecom sector are our clients, including MVNOs that are our clients. So we are sure and have seen that the rest of the market has rapidly moved towards the 5G arena, and there are lots of services that we want to put on top of the 5G spectrum. So we would like to see that happen in order for the South African economy to continue growing and maybe add a few percentage points onto the GDP growth.